Hi, I'm Gary from organicweb.com.au. I help organizations get much better results from their marketing. And today I'm going to cover a little bit about how small businesses can easily create their own brand stories. I'm a university lecturer as well as a university student as well as a MailChimp Pro and so on. And in my lecture for this week, for my marketing course I'm lecturing at university, we're covering brand stories, and it really got me thinking, why don't small businesses create more brand stories of their own? Traditionally, brand stories have been for big organizations. If you don't know what a brand story is, join the club. It's a fancy word for something that we probably all know. It's basically a story that we put on the web that's emotive, authentic. We don't necessarily create a story about our product, but about maybe a customer of ours or something we're doing for the environment or something like that. So we create a story that we hope then people will share. An important concept here is that we have the story in one place, such as on a blog or something like that on our website, and then we share it. We share it via email marketing. We share it by posting to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to Instagram, etc. We might even create a video about it. So what we do is we send it out and hopefully get people to come back to our website. Let me show you an example. This example is from Converse, a big shoe company, not a small company. But just to show you how simple it is, this is really nothing fancy. This is a few photographs and words on a blog. And you can create your own blog for free, for example, at WordPress.com or Blogger.com, or if you use Shopify, you'll have a blog, and many other platforms. Blogs are fantastic for adding stories or content because Google index blogs. Actually, Google on their SEO guidelines and their webmaster guidelines, and here you can see it on the screen, they say if you have a website but don't have a blog, consider creating one. A blog is a great way to connect people with who share your interests or to publicize your site or products. So they're recommending it. Google love it because it's content that they can then show in the search engine results. So Converse, as per many companies, and you should be doing it if you don't already do it, create a blog. Go to WordPress.com, for example, set one up and just start playing. It'll soon become apparent what you need to do for a blog. So let me just describe this brand story. This is not about a product, about Converse, a pair of shoes, for example. This is not. This is about something else. This is about at their Melbourne store, their Melbourne, Australia store. What they've done is they've got a First Nations or Indigenous person, artist, very famous artist, to paint a mural on their shop front. But it's just not a normal mural. Or the paint actually absorbs pollutants from the air. So they've created this story. So this is a great story that people can share online then. It's not just about the product. It's about the brand, that the brand cares about the environment, that they care about the local or the Indigenous and First Nations people, for example. So then they will share this story on Facebook as they've done here. They'll also send it via email and so on. So then when someone clicks on the story and so on, they'll come back to their main website and hopefully then buy some shoes or something like that. But you can see that already people have started sharing this and discussing it on Facebook and so on. So that's blogs. That's a very easy way. Create a blog for a small business. So if you've got a lawn mowing business, for example, you could even create helpful tips, which is also kind of a web story. How we helped this person make their garden look beautiful before they sold their home, something like that. And you could say, we took these steps, we did this, then this, then this. You create the story, you create articles, help articles, things like that on your blog. Another type, without using a blog, another type of story, brand story we can create very easy online, you can create very easily online for small businesses, is what's called a web story. It's a newish, it's been around for a few years, a newish technology by Google. And as you can see, it's just a few words, it's a few images. Honestly, it doesn't take long to create this. And this is about some women that have created some great beer in Rio de Janeiro. And it goes through. It encourages people to share and so on. This platform, or this way of doing it, okay, so before we saw on a blog, this is a more visual and let's call it maybe more modern That is created with something called web stories, and that is at stories.google. You can go there yourself. And if you want to create one, you merely click create a story. And then you can choose, do you use a standalone tool, or if you already use WordPress, it's incredibly simple. You add a plugin, and Mailchimp make it very simple. You just add a few words, add some images, add video if you want to, and there you've got your brand story. In essence, we see brand stories all the time for large organizations. But why aren't you doing it for your small organization? It is so easy. If you've got a fitness studio, why not talk about how you helped someone improve their heart rate or reduce their cholesterol levels or something like that? We've all got these great stories about our organizations. Share them online using a blog or a web story as Google provides.